Personal Log of Commander Troll, Ralthori Defense Force, 7th Cycle, 429th Rotation. I've fought alongside many species in my 30 cycles of military service. Cravash with their 4 arms and natural armor, Malorians who can regrow limbs, even the telepathic Jannar who can anticipate enemy movements seconds before they happen. But humans are something else entirely. Yesterday I witnessed them decimate an entire Thraxian invasion force, a species that had torn through 3 star systems before we could even mobilize a response. The same species that had slaughtered half my battalion 2 rotations ago. And the humans just ended them. I've developed a theory. It's their blood. It must be. During the battle, I saw Private Ross take a plasma bolt to the shoulder. The wound cauterized instantly, but not before I caught a glimpse of something dark red and viscous. Not blue like ours, or green like most carbon-based life forms, or even the translucent fluid of silicon-based entities. Red. Later, when we made camp, I overheard the human medic mention something called hemoglobin and iron. They carry metal in their blood. Actual metal. How is that not toxic? Any other species would die from metal poisoning. But that's not all. Their blood carries something called oxygen throughout their bodies. Oxygen! The same element that corrodes metal, causes fires, and is used in high-grade explosives. They're basically circulating a combustible element through their entire bodies every moment of every day. And today I saw the results. We were pinned down in the ruins of what used to be a Palaxian research facility. The Thraxians had us surrounded, their sonic cannons making it impossible to advance or retreat. 6 of my soldiers were already down. Then Sergeant Dodson stood up. I tried to pull him back down. Standing in sonic cannon fire is suicide. But he shrugged me off like I was a child. His eyes had a strange, distant look. And he was humming? No, not humming, growling. "Stay down," he told me, his voice unnaturally calm. "I've got this." What happened next still doesn't make sense. Dodson charged directly into enemy fire, not in a random suicidal dash, but with purpose. With each step he seemed to move faster. With each hit he took, he didn't slow down. He accelerated. The Thraxians switched from sonic weapons to thermal lances. A direct hit from one of those can melt through starship hull plating. I saw Dodson take 3 hits. His armor melted away, exposing skin that blackened and blistered. And yet he kept going. By the time he reached their line, he was barely recognizable as humanoid. Half his face was burned away. One arm hung uselessly at his side, and still he tore through them like they were made of foam. Later, after our medics had stabilized him, another miracle, no species should survive that kind of damage, I asked our human commander, Captain Almaden, how it was possible. "Adrenaline," he said simply, as if that explained everything. "I looked it up in our xenobiology database. Apparently it's a chemical their bodies produce when in danger. It increases heart rate, dilates air passages, and redirects blood flow to major muscle groups. In other words, it supercharges their already metal-infused oxygen-carrying blood. Think about that. When threatened, their bodies deliberately pump more explosive material through their systems, accelerating the process. They literally become walking bombs. It would kill any rational species. For humans, it's just Tuesday. I've seen Dodson today. 3/4 of his body is covered in synthetic skin grafts. The human doctor says he'll be combat ready in 2 weeks. The medic called it remarkable healing. I call it terrifying. But I'm grateful they're on our side. The Galactic Council debates whether humans should be classified as a Class X threat species. I think they're missing the point. Yes, human blood is toxic to them. Yes, it gives them what can only be described as temporary superpowers when they're injured or threatened. But they don't use these abilities to conquer or destroy. They use them to protect. Yesterday I was checking on Dodson in the medical bay. He was conscious despite having most of his organic tissue replaced. When I asked him why he'd charged the Thraxian line alone, he looked confused. "You guys would have done the same for us," he said. I wouldn't have. I couldn't have. My blood doesn't carry metal. It doesn't transport explosives. It doesn't supercharge when I'm afraid. But maybe next time I'll try anyway. Because that's what I've learned from humans. It's not the composition of your blood that matters. It's what you're willing to bleed for. End log personal addendum. I'm submitting a formal request to be permanently assigned to Human Battalion Delta. Yes, they're terrifying. Yes, they're probably going to get me killed. And yes, I suspect they're all at least partly insane. But the universe is a better place with them in it, and I want to see what they do next. Thank you so much for listening to this story. If you liked it, please be sure to give it a like, subscribe. If you'd like to see more stories like this, my channel puts out a wide variety of science fiction stories. I hope to see you in the next one.